Hello everybody, and welcome back to yet another video, and to another episode of My Thoughts, a series where I give my thoughts on the latest Cars news. Today is September 5th, 9/5. It's what Disney celebrates as Lightning McQueen Day, and to celebrate, LEGO has officially revealed the Speed Champions Lightning McQueen LEGO set. This is something that leaked a few months ago. I initially reported on it on June 30th of this year. And it's true, it has come to fruition. This is the Speed Champions Lightning McQueen LEGO set. Just like the leak said, it is releasing on January 1st of 2026. It is LEGO set number 77255, and it is just called Lightning McQueen. 270 pieces will be retailing for $27.99 in the US. As far as LEGO prices go, that's not too bad. That is currently the standard price for Speed Champion sets. They have hiked the price up several times over the last few years. Currently, that $28 price point is what you're looking at for Speed Champions. For those of you who don't know, Speed Champions is a line LEGO does, making these really nice quality model cars. I would show you guys some more. For some reason, it's listed under LEGO Disney instead of Speed Champions. It is a Disney set, but it is officially Speed Champions. I'm going to go and show you guys what your typical Speed Champions set looks like here. As you can see, yeah, okay. So actually, current price point for these is $26.99, and I guess you're paying for that Disney branding. But as you can see, these are what your typical Speed Champion sets look like. This one is from a little earlier, so it has a different price point. So yeah, as you can see, these are Speed Champions, really well-detailed LEGO cars, and occasionally you'll get some licensed ones from movies, Fast and Furious, James Bond. According to the leak that this McQueen came from, the DeLorean from Back to the Future will be releasing January 1st as well, but that wasn't revealed because it's Lightning McQueen Day. But these two will be part of the same wave in January of next year, and I'm very excited about this. Speed Champions is a great LEGO line, and since they do so many iconic cars from movies, it was really only a matter of time until they did Lightning McQueen. Of course, we got Cars LEGO sets back in 2011 and 2012. We got some more in 2017. This is the first LEGO system set since then. We have gotten some Duplo sets, including a couple each year for the last year, maybe like one or two. But this is the latest LEGO system Cars set. And while I am very excited about this set and the fact that it exists, I think in execution, it's kind of a mixed bag, honestly. I'm a big fan of it in a lot of areas, but not in other ones, and I want to break down my my thoughts here. So, as you can see, I want to check out the box, and I want to start off by saying, easily the most exciting thing about this item, for me as a Cars fan, is this in the corner. I speculated that this could be done for the 20th anniversary of Cars, and it is official. As you can see, there's a little 20 logo with a speedometer, and I'm so excited for what this means. It is so insanely cool to see that this LEGO set is done for the anniversary of Cars, and hopefully this logo means that we'll be receiving more Cars anniversary merchandise across several different companies and toy lines. Of course, we know we're getting those special celebration cars from Mattel as part of the regular Cars diecast line, but it's great to see that we're going to have a universal Cars 20th anniversary logo there on the box. I would have preferred something that actually said Cars 20, but you do have the Cars logo up there anyway, so yeah, but very excited about that and what that means for other merchandise outside of LEGO. I also really like the box. You have this kind of Cars screenshot of the Piston Cup Speedway, and yeah, I want to start off by saying some of the things I really like about this McQueen. Up first, it's nice to see that this is a Cars 1 McQueen. Since this is a 20th anniversary set, it's nice to know that they specifically did McQueen from the first movie. I was honestly expecting them to either do Cars 1 McQueen or Cars 3 McQueen, since Cars 3 McQueen is the one that they just use in typical Cars merchandise. But it is nice to see that they're marketing this as a 20th anniversary set and as a Cars 1 McQueen. So that is nice to see. Personally, I wouldn't really care what McQueen they do, but I do like that they chose the original one from the first movie. Something else really cool about this set that I want to point out that the description mentions is that this is the first ever, it says, this Lightning McQueen model is the only LEGO Speed Champions car with a detailed undercarriage for extra play value. I think that's really interesting. Of course, your typical Speed Champion sets are going to include one minifigure and also openable doors, or the roofs come off on them, a way to access the inside of the car. McQueen doesn't have that on account of being a car that's alive. Obviously, they're not going to give him opening doors. I mean, he doesn't have doors. He's built like a NASCAR car. He doesn't really have doors. But, he doesn't have a removable roof. He doesn't have an interior like the other Speed Champions cars have. And I feel like them giving him a detailed undercarriage is maybe trying to compensate for that. But yeah, I just think that's interesting. I think that's cool. If you're a Cars toy collector, you know what McQueen's base looks like. It's pretty iconic and consistent across merchandise. So it's going to be really cool to see how LEGO gives him a, film accurate, character accurate undercarriage. And that's cool to see. And hopefully that's something that continues onto the rest of the Speed Champions line, and it isn't just something done for McQueen to make up for the fact that he's lacking in features other cars would have. But, the McQueen design itself, I think, is pretty solid here. The side looks really, really great. A good usage of some more rounded pieces back here, flat parts here on the side, and it all comes together in a pretty complex way. I mean, look at the windows. Several pieces here built at different angles, different curves, other pieces to put together that right shape. I don't know why there's an exposed Technic axle here for the back window. That's kind of a weird design choice. But if you look at this and you look at the image of the back of the box, from the back, this looks really good. From the side, this looks really, really good. I love, love, love the Lightyear tires. Those are printed on. But easily, the thing that stands out to me the most is this right here, the mouth. I am so torn on the mouth here. I was wondering how they would do the mouth. I expected it to just be a print or a sticker. I wasn't sure if they were going to do that or make it three-dimensional, and they made it three-dimensional. They fully made it out of pieces. This is actually, the sort of the rim here, a very similar piece, being used to be the bottom of McQueen's mouth. You can see this is all built upside down and then put onto the side of McQueen. So, yeah, his mouth is multi-layered. The mouth is three-dimensional. But at what cost, right? Right, because for whatever reason, his cheeks here look really weirdly puffed out and honestly really weirdly misshapen. He looks like he's holding his breath to me, or he looks like kind of swollen. And I wish they had picked smaller pieces here or maybe bigger pieces here just to cover that shaping. This is, that I'm not a big fan of. I'm not the biggest fan of the hood. I think it's too concave. It kind of goes down at an angle and sinks in a bit more than McQueen actually does. And on that note, I'm also not a fan of how flat this McQueen is. The top is just completely flat up here, and the windshield here also very flat. I just think it should be a bit more rounded, and I know with LEGO it's hard to do rounded shapes, but I think some of this McQueen here and here and here, it's just a little too boxy, not rounded off enough. I would have liked to see a bit more rounding there. But the more I look at it, the more I like it. But yeah, there are just some parts that it's really just mainly the mouth that's bothering me there. Mainly the cheeks. The mouth itself looks fine. I really like how they put together the mouth. But yeah, the other thing that really bothers me with the set, something that's going to bother a lot of people, is the amount of stickers. If you look closely, you'll see that this set, everything is a sticker, okay? Everything. The tires, those are prints. But if you look at the side, this is a sticker, that's a sticker, that's a sticker. I'm not sure. These might be prints, maybe. But everything on the side here is a sticker. The Rusty's logo on the spoiler is a sticker. And the lightning bolt and headlight stickers. And I think the worst part of all, the Rusty's logo on the hood, that actually might be a print. Nope, that's a sticker. You can tell that's a sticker. But I think the worst of all these, yeah, Rusty's logo is a sticker, 95 is a sticker, and the eyes. You can tell here the eyes are not printed. The eyes are a sticker. And that just really bothers me, and that's really frustrating that they couldn't put in the extra money to make McQueen's eyes a print, that it's a sticker that you could misapply or accidentally rip, or it could fade or fold or bend over time. That's really frustrating to me. When you're making Lightning McQueen, when you're making a car with eyes, the eyes should be included on the piece and not put on separately. That part really frustrates me. I'm not a fan of the amount of stickers coming with this set, and that's just my perspective as a longtime LEGO fan. But all in all, no cars pun intended, I think this comes together to make a pretty solid looking set. While I would prefer it to be a bit more rounded off in some areas, and I would have loved more prints, I think in total it does look pretty good. It's not my ideal Lightning McQueen. It's definitely a major improvement over the large Cars 2 McQueen from 2011. This is much, much better than that. And I'll definitely have to see it in person to get a better look at it. Because I've had several LEGO sets in the past where I've seen them in the box and I've been like, that doesn't look too good. But in person you see them and they look better. Just because, you know, this doesn't give you many angles. We have one angle of McQueen. He could look great from the front and we wouldn't know. But yeah, there it is, guys. This is the Speed Champions Lightning McQueen releasing on January 1st, 2026. I'll be picking this up as soon as it comes out. I don't think I'll pre-order it, but I'll definitely get it when it comes out. And I'm very excited to see it, get it in hand, and really give my final thoughts on it. I think, all in all, in general, this is a pretty great looking item. It's going to sell insanely well. There are parts of it that I don't like, but most of all, I'm just happy that this exists. I'm happy that they've decided to make this, and I think fans of all ages are going to like this one. If you can look past some of the design choices, some of the pieces not being the best fit for McQueen, and look past those stickers. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Those are just my thoughts, and I'd love to hear yours. So let me know what you think about this item down in the comments, especially if you're more of a LEGO fan like I am. If you're big on LEGO, let me know what you think, especially if you're a Speed Champions fan. Because I'm not a Speed Champions guy. I only own one set. I tend to admire them from a distance. But yeah, let me know. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.